How's everybody doing? It's Joe here from Rubycast, and today we're going to be looking at Lycanroc Midnight Form. This is a really weird deck. Okay, I say this about like basically every deck I profile on this channel, but no, I think this is a really good one. In terms of, I think it has good matchups and better than people would think, and it's got some quirks to it that other decks can't. Sort of in the vein of like Gallade Octillery, but with, much easier to get set up, and, it has a way cooler GX attack as opposed to no GX attack. 200 HP is a stage 1, lots of advantages that Gallade doesn't have, and I don't think that deck holds up pretty well, but I think this one does. So this is sort of built with, if I can center it better, yeah, there we go, built with the similar enough mindset in that you have draw support in your ability, and you have, Lysandre support in your other ability, and then, that means that your consistency basically goes through the roof from like mid-game onwards, provided you don't get like End or Garbodor or whatever. But with that in mind, you basically become this incredibly consistent machine that is able to keep turning out the same number over and over again, and that's generally enough to take enough KOs and win you the game. So that's basically the premise of Lycanroc. We're going to have a look at it. In case you don't know what the Midnight Form does, Bloodthirsty Eyes, when you play it from your hand to evolve on your Pokemon, you basically switch your opponent's active into their active spot. So it's basically Lysandre as an ability. This is really good. It actually is insanely good. And it basically means that whenever I switch back to a deck that isn't Lycanroc, and I'm like, oh yeah, I evolved, I can't Lysandre. It's very weird. You get into this mindset of like, yeah, I just basically have Lysandre whenever the fuck I want. It's so good. Claw Slash for 110 is our main attack for the deck. Not major, but once you go Strong Energy Choice Band, it's 160. You want to Kukui that, it's 180. You put some damage counters around the board with Oricorio, you're hitting bigger numbers. This, first of all, is more than enough to take care of things like even threats like Garbodor, it can Claw Slash is able to take care of. Dangerous Rogue GX is able to take care of anything bigger. Let's say you're against Metagross. You can kill 2 Beldums and a Metagross with 2 Claw Slashes and a Dangerous Rogue. And then you've got like 1 Lele to kill before you win the game. And that's like the power of Bloodthirsty Eyes lets you do that like all the time. So that's basically why I think this card is at least worth looking at in a 4/4 line in a deck. I think it generally, the most uses it'll see is like an accessory to other decks. Like we've seen Raichu Lycanroc, we've seen Vespiquen Lycanroc to some extent, where basically people just play like a 2/2 line of Lycanroc and then like 2 Strong Energy. So that you have your Vespiquens and you have your Raichus or whatever, but you attack with them, and then if you manage to get a Strong Energy on Lycanroc, you can slap a DCE on it again in Dangerous Rogue, something for huge numbers as well. You've got an extra out to Lysandre, this kind of thing. But I think even as a 4/4 line itself, I think we can make something kind of competent with it. I actually brought this, not this exact list, this is changed by a couple of cards. I brought it to Elite Cup, made top 4, had to run home, being scooping top 4 to shout out to Ulton, who is in basically the comment section of every video I've ever uploaded. He was playing Greninja anyway, which is a pretty terrible matchup for us, so he probably would have won anyway, but I'll save him the time of having to beat me instead. And the satisfaction. Also running 4 Rockruff. You would have seen this from my Slowking Rockruff video, which I stand by is a pretty terrible deck, but Rockruff does have the corner attack. We do use it in this deck from time to time, especially if you're going second and you want to attach to Rockruff, but your opponent started with something bad. Corner's not a bad attack. You're going to power up a Rockruff, you're going to keep it in the active spot, and you're going to have a good time with that. So yeah, don't forget about corner. It can be helpful sometimes. 1 Oricorio Sensu. Actually, you know what? I think the main part of the deck is Octillery. I should talk about that first, for sure. Abyssal Hand, basically, you all know what that does. We play a 2/2 line of Octillery. Main reason being we play high copies of Brooklet Hill, which helps us find it alongside Rockruff. Usually turn 1, I'm able to get 2 Rockruffs and then Remoraid, or 1 Rockruff and a Remoraid, or something like that, and that's usually good enough. You can generally get Octillery up by about turn 2, turn 3, and, most of the time you won't even need it till, turn 20, so that's pretty good. Even mid-game, though, when you're lowering your hand size down with things like Mallow as well, is a super good combination with it, and again, we can afford to play Mallow, because we can basically Mallow for, hey, let's grab a Strong Energy and a Lycanroc, and that's a Lysandre and a KO, and that's, super good. So, that's basically the inherent power of this deck in the draw engine that it has built in with it. I really like Octillery as opposed to Shaman. I think a lot of people have ended up gravitating towards as well. Myself included. 90 HP means it's level ball searchable. We do run one of those. Look, it's just a really good card. You all know that. We've also got 2 Remoraid. I'm running the Ion Pool one. I don't think it makes a difference at this stage of the day. If Sylveon was really big, you switch this to Wild River, because that is better against that deck. And also, you play more special charge than I am, because as you see, I'm playing absolutely none. We're running 1 Tapu Lele-GX. We only really need 1. I don't play Bridget. Brooklet Hill is sufficient enough, in my opinion. So it means your first turn isn't always Ultra Ball Lele Bridget, which means you kind of save the Lele for later on in the game. Don't forget it's a good attacker in itself. Energy Drive's pretty good. We run Basic Energy, we run Choice Band, we run Kukui. We can get some decent enough numbers with this. It's a good enough attacker against things like Vespiquen, where, you know, if you power this thing up early on, you're able to take a few early prizes against Vespiquen. With the list I'm showing you today, it's not going to be tagged for Vespiquen at all. There are things you can do for that matchup, but this list does not have that. So just bear with it for now. I don't think Vespiquen's big enough to worry about taking for. This is a pretty vanilla list, and I'll talk about some extra things you can run instead as we keep going. One Oricorio Sensu is probably like my favorite card in the whole deck. This thing is so good, like so good. And you might think, but Joe, you lose to Vespiquen anyway, surely. And yeah, you do. With this list, you do. It's not here for Vespiquen. It's here for like literally everything. So some numbers for Lycanroc. Strong Energy Choice Band is going to mean the Claw Slash is hitting 160. 160 is a big number, but it's not big enough. Lele has 170. Oh, look. I supernatural danced and put 1 damage counter on a Lele. Oh, that worked. It's like really good. If you just do that once in a game, that's all you need to do, because then you've got like its massive Lysandre target on your opponent's board, which is super cool. And there's loads of 170, 180 HP Pokemon that end up having these kind of numbers that you can hit. And Oricorio is great at picking those things off. So Supernatural Dance is actually a really good attack in the deck. Do not sleep on it. Again, Level Ball searchable. This is all, you know, going into the play. Revelation Dance, don't sleep on this either. With a Stadium and a Choice Band, you're actually able to hit 120 on an Espeon GX, which is crazy. So that's pretty good, especially since Espeon can give us a little bit of trouble. Honestly, I think it's a winnable matchup, but I hate playing it, because the Vi GX early game can be a little annoying. Thankfully, 60 HP on Rockruff isn't that bad, but it does mean we might need to evolve earlier than we'd want to. That means we don't get to use our Bloodthirsty Eyes at the right time, necessarily, so it can be a little bit awkward. And plus, Espeon's going to hit big enough numbers against us. Like, 3 energy on Lycanroc is 612, is 120, is 180 with a Choice Band from Espeon, so, you know, those aren't numbers we want to get hit for, especially when there's, like, you know, Garbodor in that deck as well, and if we're burning resources to kill the Espeon, then they come in with the Garbodor. You know how it goes, basically, so. But that's Oricorio Sensu. It's literally just used for picking off the Pokemon that Lycanroc hits initially, or putting, like, I've had loads of games where, like, I start Oricorio, and my opponent actually just Ultra Balls away a Pokemon and searches for a Lele. And then I just attach to the Oricorio and Supernatural Dance 1 onto the Lele, and that's my turn. And then later on in the game, I just kill the Lele and I've won. And it happens very often, which is pretty funny. So, it was the MVP of my League Cup, at least, so I really like it. Anyway, that's the Pokemon line. It's pretty simple. There's a few other things you can run. I will get into that later. We'll drop to supporters for now. I'm running a 3-3 split of N and Sycamore. I think this is one of the reasons why I can get away without playing Special Charge, is because I'm N-ing a lot of things back into the deck as opposed to Sycamoring them away. Your resources are kind of important. I think 3N is better than 3 Sycamore against Garbodor, because it also means that you're, like, not binning your resources, you're shuffling them back into the deck as opposed to just outright getting rid of your items, and then, you know, you're not getting hit for crazy damage, blah, blah, blah. But I do like N anyway, because, again, it means I can shuffle in the special energy I didn't necessarily use that turn, and we still have additional draw support in the form of Octillery anyway, so we've got all this going on for us that I don't think we need to dig as hard as other decks with Sycamore, and that's why I opted for the 3-3 split. And it's been working out fine for me so far. I started off this build with, like, 3 of the Crunch Lycanrocs and then 1 of the Midnights, and I was like, you know, this is fun, but also these kind of decks don't hold up in the format right now, so, you know, let's just forget about Crunch altogether. Let's just run Lycanroc GX, the Midnight form. And then I just ended up keeping the whole 3-3 split thing because it just worked out better. So, yeah, that's the reason for that. 1 Lysandre, you still need to run 1. As good and all as the ability is, Hex Maniac does exist, as does, you know, Garbodor, so we do actually have to plan for that, so Lysandre is in here for that reason. It does also mean that if, I don't know, Glaceon's giving you trouble, you can Bloodthirsty Eye something else up and then Lysandre the Glaceon back up, you know. It's like an escape rope that costs you a supporter. It's fun. But it means that Espeon's not a problem, so, or anything that is going to stop Lycanroc from attacking or has a cool ability in the active spot isn't going to be a problem. 1 Hex Maniac. This is... It's really good. I don't want to say there's any specific matchup where it's really good. Even things like Metagross, Vikavolt, like, you know, I mean, you should be beating Vikavolt anyway. Volcanion as well is another one where that comes up. I think, again, it's not, 1 Hex is not enough for you to win the Greninja matchup. I think you'd need to change this list to be really, really strong energy focused to do that. I think you'd actually need to be like consistently getting like a Lycanroc by turn 3 with 3 strong energy on it, and then just going attack, hex, Pokemon Center Lady attack, and something like that. Then running like some special charge or maybe a Carbink to get them back into play. There's a lot you'd have to change about this list if you wanted to beat frogs, but so I'm not doing that. So don't expect one Hex to carry you in that matchup, but it's still really, really good in like literally everything else. Especially again because, you know, like I'm saying, you can afford to play these kind of one-off techs because you've got so much raw power with Octillery. You've got the Lysandres built in with Lycanroc, so you can afford to do this, no problem. One Mallow, Mallow is Bay, actually. Mallow is so good with Octillery, for obvious reasons, but the main one being like, hey, I'm going to search for a Lycanroc. Oh, look, I just searched for Lysandre. It's like, it's so good. That's fantastic. Yeah, basically you just Mallow, you search for 2 cards, you draw them with Octillery. It's that simple, and I can't say there's any exact combination I go for every single turn, but, you know, why wouldn't I run something with such incredible consistency in my deck? We've got one Kukui. Now, this is sort of a floating spot. I'm not so sure about the Kukui right now. I had him in before, and I was never really using it. I was able to sort of just work with the 160 numbers and picking them off with things before that. But he's back in here. The reason being is I'm not really sure what else to put in this spot. I like the idea of some kind of healing card. Pokemon Center Lady and Don't Laugh, but Big Malasada and Freshwater Set are both worth considering. But no, I think the potential to just do 180 when I need to is too good for me to ignore, so Kukui stays in the deck for me. So here he is for now. We'll see how he works out at least. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of decks where you kind of have to choose between Kukui and a copy of Tapu Koko, and I had Tapu Koko in for ages and I've cut it because it's good in literally one matchup, and I was like, Kukui's better in like every other matchup though, so Kukui it is. The Tapu Koko's for Vespiquen, again, I'll get to that. So for now, he is here. We are running 4 Ultra Ball, 4 VS Seeker, blah blah blah. 2 Rescue Stretcher, you could maybe drop to 1, but 2 is at least safe. I mean, you could probably drop to 1, who am I kidding? It's more just like, I like the idea of like, oh, look, I got rid of my Lele early game. That means the Rescue Stretcher becomes super good, or I got rid of an Octillery early game, which does happen. These, you know, you have Ultra Balls and Sycamores in your deck, and I like to be able to not waste my Rescue Stretcher on those bad things, and instead save it for like, hey, I pulled the Lycanroc out of the discard pile and Lysandre it for game. So that's why there's 2 in there for now. You could probably cut one of these. I'm probably just being a bit too cautious. We got one Energy Loto. Really, really cool card, because you run 2 different types of special energy and some basic energy, and also if you miss an attachment turn 1, you lose. So this deck is really, really important that you get your attachments down on time. So Energy Loto is a very good card in this deck. I don't miss it that often either, because, you know, 12 energy is a lot of energy. And again, it means like, oh, if you've got only strong energies in hand but you want a DCE, you can Energy Loto, and you can try and find that DCE, and this does help out quite a bit. Field Blower. 2 of those, because Choice Band is annoying and Garbodor is annoying, so I think we need to run 2 copies of these just to deal with those. It also means we can Brooklet Hill and then Field Blower it away, so our opponent doesn't get the advantage of using their own Brooklet Hill, which I quite like. 1 Level Ball. It was originally 4 Brooklet Hill, but then I switched it to 3 Brooklet Hill, 1 Level Ball, because Octillery can be searched with Level Ball, and so can Oricorio Sensu, and you can still get Rockruffs and Remoraids with it, which I really like. What I might do is, you know what, we will do this right now. We're going to cut the Rescue Stretcher and go back up to 4 Brooklet Hill, and see how that works out for us. I think that should generally be fine. I'm a bit too worried about Garbodor to stick this up to 2 Level Ball, 3 Brooklet Hill, but it's probably better. You know, we'll just run with this. You're seeing me kind of develop these ideas on the fly. But yeah, it's fine for now. We also have, for our tools, have the full complement of 4 Choice Band. Cutting to 3 is really weird because it's like you need the damage output consistently, so you have to run 4. Especially if you're doing weird stuff like Revelation Dance on an Espeon GX to hit 120. Like, you're gonna need the 3 more Choice Bands to put on your Lycanrocs. Like, you can't, if you ran only 3, you couldn't waste one of them on the Oricorio just to do that. Or trying to attack with Energy Drive for a KO or something like that. You can't waste the Choice Bands on those kind of things. If you only run 3. So you have to run the full 4 to do that. I've also got 3 Float Stone in here. Reason being is missing it when you probably only need to, but hitting it consistently is important. Like, you don't want to miss an attack with this deck. Especially early game. Like if you're building up a Rockruff on the bench and then turn 2 you need to retreat to attack with that Rockruff because your active didn't get knocked out, you want to be able to get the Float Stone reliably. So that's why there's 3 copies of it. You could cut one for Olympia, but again, early game it's way better to not have it as a supporter. Late game I think Olympia is probably better, but again you need to make sure you have enough cards that are just instantly playable so that you can actually abyssal hand into things that are important in the late game. And generally Olympia is not, so that's why I think the 3 Float Stone is better. Energy is just 4 strong, 4 DCE, 4 fighting. 4 fighting is probably a bit too much. You could probably cut it to 3, but like I said, it does work out really quirkily with some Lele math if you get it on. It's obviously your go-to energy for powering up Oricorio, and if you just want to use a Rockruff to corner, it's nice to be able to do that with a basic energy and not have to waste a strong. And it's all these little decisions like that are why I'm not playing Special Charge. If you cut one of these, I would only go down to 3, and I would either I would probably go +1 Energy Loto, or I would go +1 Special Charge. It depends if you're worried about early game or late game. Obviously, Special Charge being better in the late game, Energy Loto being better in the early game. And that's what it comes down to. That was a much quicker analysis of Rockruff than I expected it to be. I got through all my points really quickly, so go me. Yeah, let's see. First of all, double checking that I am recording. I should have done that at the start. Good idea, me. Now, what were the other cards I wanted to mention? First one's going to be Tapu Koko. So, this guy. Now, you might think, oh, you hit 160 with Lycanroc. Flying Flipper 180, that's great. If you run Tapu Koko, you have to run Special Charge, because then you're putting a DCE on the Koko to use Flying Flip, and that's a DCE that you can't put on a Lycanroc. And these are all very important things to remember. Whenever I'm playing the game, I never looked at Koko and thought, I want to commit a DCE to this. I've always been like, no, I'd rather put that DCE on a Lycanroc. I'd rather save those energy for the Lycanrocs. So, that's why I kept it like that. The free retreat's nice, but now that I cut it for the 3rd Float Stone, so that problem kind of solved itself. Against Vespiquen, this is your way to win though. It's really awkward, but you can do it. You basically just flying flip over and over again, flying flip energy drive, flying flip energy drive, try and combine these 2 things, and then eventually, if you've not let your opponent, like, don't evolve like a Rockruff like ever. And then, like, eventually your opponent's going to be in a position where Oricorio Senzu can just win you the game. So, it sounds stupid. If you just keep going Tapu Koko, Rescue Stretcher for Tapu Koko, Rescue Stretcher for Tapu Koko, and then you're like, Energy Drive, and then you're, oh, yo, look, I can Senzu for game. It happens. And that's basically your plan against Vespiquen. But Vespiquen's not big enough right now, and also, there's still a good chance you'll lose. So, you bring it from, like, a shit matchup to, like, a 50-50. So, I don't think he's worth it, personally. What else we got? I don't know why I expanded again. Next on the list, I'm going to talk about Carbink. Y'all might be wondering why I have not put in a Carbink and a Carbink break. Tilts your heads now. Diamond Gift is cool, partly because it gets chip damage on, which means your Lycanroc needs to hit less damage. I like that, obviously. It gets back energy. I also like that, obviously. However, I think 90% of my games I just don't end up using it. Oricorio is better because it can pick things off in the bench. If you're fitting this in, you probably have to cut the Oricorio, and I don't think that's viable. Like not having to Lysandre with the Oricorio is pretty good, especially when you're getting you're probably using it because your Lycanroc's got knocked out. So being able to just sort of like pick things off around the board is way better than just a 20 chip. Getting the energy back into play is super nice. I agree, but I feel like I'm able, because I've been going on and on about the micro decisions to get my energy on the board with the right timing. And I think because I'm doing that, I don't need to have something that can just sweep and get the energy back on the board again. So that's why I'm not playing the Carbink. If you do want to, though, with Brooklet Hill, a 1-1 line is incredibly viable. Do not sleep on that. It is really easy to get up. So what else we got? I think the next one I wanted was Mewtwo. God, not you. This one looks cooler. Let's go with this one. So, like I said, Espeon's a bit of an issue. Psychic is going to actually like shit on Espeon because you do 24 to 60, 80. And then Choice Band, because you run 4 of them, you're doing, 210, 220. That's KO, obviously. 130 HP is pretty difficult to KO for a lot of decks as well. It's chip damage on a bunch of other things. This is something I actually haven't tested it yet, but it's something I want to put in the deck just to see how it goes. It's not very searchable with our current engine because we just have Ultra Balls to find it, but, you know, what can you do? I'm sure we'd find it easily enough. What else we got? I mean, technically Lycanroc's not searchable with our current engine, but we run 4 of these, so... Again, just to elaborate on that, you know, it's Lysandre. That's why you run the full 4-4 count and not a 4-3. What else have we got? We're going to move on to trainers then. Next one was... Okay, so I talked about this. Yeah, Freshwater Set is actually a decent card in this deck. And the reason behind this is the Tapu Koko putting you down to 180 is kind of bad, because it means that, especially when, like, you know, you try and get a lot of Rockruffs down early game unless you're playing against a Rourke. But Tapu Koko putting you onto 180 is annoying, because what it means is that you basically, like, there's a lot of decks that can hit 180 much easier than they can hit 200. Like I was just saying about SB on the X's math, they can hit 180 on you no problem. And Freshwater Set is basically a really good counter to Tapu Koko, because you just Freshwater Set, then kill the Koko, and then you're fine. It's better than Mr. Mime as well, I think, because you need the Mr. Mime down like turn 1. Because otherwise they'll just get Tapu Koko, you know, turn 1 or 2. And if you haven't got the Mime down, it's dead. It's not a good card. But Freshwater Set you can use anytime after they have Koko'd. So I like, it actually is a good card in this deck in theory. So don't shit on me too much for that. But you might not need to heal everything, and that's why Big Malasada is also worth considering. Y'all have turned off the video by this point and have just gone on to do, like, watch an Omnipoke video or something instead, I assume. For those of you who are still here, Big Malasada is really cool. 20 in a special condition is great. It gets around things like Bubble. It gets around... You're going to lose that matchup anyway. What am I talking about? Confusion is annoying. You know, like, especially with SB on the X again confusing you. You basically take this down to, hey, you did 30 in confusion, you did 10 nothing. And that's pretty big, because again, the 180 math doesn't work out unless they choice banded and confused you. It also removes Tapu Koko's effect for one of your Pokemon, which might just be enough to win you the game. You probably don't need to heal all of them for that to be a factor. So that's why I'd consider it. The other one is, and probably the best one of them all, why did I say Pokemon into the search engine? Of course there's going to be like 100 results for that. Pokemon Center Lady. 60 and heal a special condition. Healing is just something I've been considering in the deck, really, and this is the best healing card I can run without playing like Max Potion in a really thick line of Carbink. So that's why Center Lady is there, or would be there. Olympia as well, I think you could argue, oh, could have Float Stone for an Olympia, but early game, the 3 Float Stone is way better than 2 Float Stone Olympia. And late game, like I was saying, there's not a lot of situations where Olympia is better than Float Stone, or it's not exactly like the exact card that you're looking for. So we're leaving that out for now. Other thing was, yeah, special charge, like I explained. If you're feeling risky, or if you're not feeling risky enough, play it. It's a super safe card, and like I said, there's kind of a few 1 or 2 floating spaces, like the Kukui, like the 4th Brooklet Hill, things that are just kind of floating around. If you wanted to make room for the special charge, look, it's there. I just think I can play without it, so that's why it's not there. Now, I have literally never played this on PGCGO. I have only done IRL testing with this deck, so this will be fun. Let's hop into a game. I'm going to grab some water while I'm waiting. There you are. That was a really good analysis, I think. I got through like all of my points super quick. That's only 23 minutes long, you know, that's not too bad. Any minute now. It is like, you know, 10 to 12 GMT, so there's probably not a ton of people online right now. This guy's playing Water Metal. It's probably Metagross, but then surely Lele would show up for Psychic, right? Please don't tell me it's like Greninja with a Jirachi tech. God, that would be hell. Okay. It's an alright hand. Usually turn 1 you want to get a Strong or a DCE down, but it depends on the matchup, obviously, so we'll wait and see what we're playing against. If we're playing against Metagross, I can safely attach that Fighting Energy, because you only need to hit 110 early game. Looks like we're going second as well, so we might just get end. Who knows? See, again, like, are you glad this is an N as opposed to a Sycamore? Sycamore would be horrible right here. Just get rid of 2 choice bands. Unless it's Greninja. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So, one of our bad matchups. Like I was saying, bad matchups for this deck would be, at the moment, Vespiquen, but no one's playing it. Tapu Lele. Yeah, just not winning that. Unless you, like, wait for them to get all their energy played, then just corner a Vikavolt and hope they don't play Olympia. That's, like, the only way that you win that matchup. What else we got? Anything with Lurantis, that's usually Bulu as well. Like, basically anything grass type, Decidueye's not fun. What else we got? Usually, like, any deck that plays... No, what's the big one? Greninja's horrible, because... And Ranger doesn't help. Like, you'd need to change the list quite a bit to beat Greninja. That's really it, though. Like, again, basically, like, Darkrai is obviously a fantastic matchup. Okay. We can do this, I think. It probably should have been a strong energy on that, honestly. Let's see. I'm gonna choice band, because I don't want to hit it later. Like a Brooklet Hill, I actually want him to get out a bunch of Froakies almost. So I think I will. And I'll get a Rockruff for now. Yeah, I can get an Octillery next turn. Although... my hand's kind of dead. I think we'll get a Remoraid. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. And then we may as well corner. Because why not? He's just going to evolve and retreat anyway. So, or just, evolve and water duplicates anyway. So it doesn't really matter. But, I'll declare it nonetheless. So yeah, I kind of want him to have a big bench so that, like, if he has 3 things on the bench, Dangerous Rogue can kill a Greninja break, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, like, no. Drampa-Zoroark, easy matchup. Darkrai, easy matchup. Garbodor, anything with Garbodor is winnable. Volcanion, very winnable. Metagross, winnable. These are all because you just, hey, bring up an non-EX, kill it. Bring up a non-EX, kill it. GX attack, kill an EX. And then you've got 2 prizes left to take per game. And also, you're basically incredibly end-proof against basically every deck that doesn't play Garbodor, which is, all of them, apart from Garbodor. So, that's pretty great. That's basically how the deck's main win condition is just... I don't know why he bothered with the... Did he Skylar for another level ball? I think he did, like... Brooklet Hill, my dude. Brooklet Hill. Okay, we're going to see a Wadu. The Starmie's cool, again, because it's an extra bench Pokemon, which means Dangerous Rogue's going to be hitting some big numbers. So, if I can get a Lycanroc out of the deck this turn, pray God we can. Oh, thank God. Okay. Not very fun to have to get rid of a strong energy in this matchup. This is one of the matches where special charge is very important, but I think you would probably lose anyway, so that's why we're not playing it. So we'll do this. I'm going to Brooklet Hill, Rockruff me. And I'll bring up a Frogadier that doesn't have the splash on it, so we'll Sycamore. Okay, cool, we hit it. I may Ultra Ball for the Octillery here, just because I don't want him Ace Trainering me. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. And also, I don't want him just like, oh, Wally KO. So, Octillery it is. Do this. Do this. Yeah, we'll bring up that. I think I will Choice Band, just to use them up. Like, I mean, Float Stones are probably better, but what can you do? That's a alright hand, and we will Claw Slash KO. I really like it. Look how big this box is compared to this box. Okay, well, we got our turn 2 KO, so that's not too bad. I do always like to go first against Greninja, but hey, what can you do? We'll try and stick this out and see if I can pull off a win. You never know, his hand might be straight dirt. But then he shouldn't have Skylit for Level Ball if it is. So. Tomatoes. Like, Greninja, right? Like, that's what you get here. And then hope I can't Strong Energy, but I got my Energy Loto. Oh, I can Kukui, actually, from the bin. That's fine. Oh, he's got this bitch. Now, I actually hate this so much, but I think I have to power through. What I might do is try and pick off the Greninja if I can Energy Loto into a basic energy and then Dangerous Rogue it. I almost don't want that. How many basic energy? I got 3 basic energy left. Okay, we're going to go done. I'm not going to take it because I have one in hand. So I can Mallow for the basic energy and then draw it with that. So that's kind of cool, I suppose. Well, Energy Loto first because I might just hit it. I did not. Am I going to take the DCE? See, I Mallow for basic energy. Field Blower, Float Stone, play both those. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, so no, we're not going to take the DCE. Although actually I might, just so it's in hand. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Is this a horrible idea? Let us find out. Bring up Greninja. But I think you need to play risky against decks like this, so. Field Blower away. That. I'll just get rid of both my Choice Bands, honestly. Field Blower away both my own Choice Bands. Nice, Joe. Rather save that for his Choice Bands, but what can you do? Then I'm going to Mallow. For a basic energy. I probably didn't need to do that, but whatever. Whatever. Basic energy and what would I like? A Strong Energy might be cool. But I think Hex would actually be way better. Oh, it's prized. Oh, joyous day. So, let's go for that and... I've got VS Seeker in hand, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, let's take those. Yeah, that's okay, that's the first card. Always confused on PTCGO, which one's going to come up first. So then I might drop this on... Doesn't really matter. Pop that on the active. Hang on, Abyssal Hand. Sick. And Dangerous Rogue. Now I can kill the Jirachi next turn. Please be Hex. Oh. Hex there would have been so good because I can kill the Jirachi next turn and Hex so that he can't start using his abilities, but whatever. Whatever. It's fine. I would have rather saved that Dangerous Rogue, but Jirachi is super annoying. Come on, man. This isn't like, you know, late 2016 season. What are you playing Jirachi for? Oh, he's going to bubble. He's going to bubble. See, now you're all like, oh, why did this... Look, oh, why would you run Big Malasada, Joe? Why would you play that? It's a terrible card. No, look at this. Look at this. That's why we'd play Big Malasada. Oh dear, now we're in a terrible position. Have I ever mentioned how Bubble is my least favorite attack in the history of Pokemon? Anything in these VS Seekers that can help me out here. His hand's clearly not that good. We hope. I think I might just hold. Any chance he can double Water Shuriken next turn? Yes. Okay. Well, no, not really, no. So, I want to get this out. In case he gets one giant Water Shuriken, I definitely want it to be on... Like, if he gets one Rockruff with it, I have the other one to evolve then. Okay. Actually, screw Bubble, though. Like, this should be like, oh, tackle, 10 damage, flip a coin, if heads it does 10 more damage. That would have been great. That would have been great. What's the best attacking Greninja, Joe? It's not Shadow Stitching, it's not Moonlight Slash, it's not Water Duplicates. This is Bubble. And the Hex being in here is super annoying. Has my dude got Starmie though? Nope. Just gonna Moonlight Slash. Okay. Now I have a decision to make. Oh, that top deck puts me in an annoying position. Like, his hand is clearly dirt, right? It's gotta be dirt. So, if we just power through, I might be able to do this. Dangerous Rogue right here would be dope, but I think we need to deal with the Jirachi now. So what I am going to do... That thing's going to be too much of a problem. We need to deal with this now. And then next turn I try and go for like a... You know, a Strong Energy Kukui, try and blast the crap out of this thing. I might Mallow for Field Blower to get rid of that, though. Yeah, let's do that. I do still have Field Blowers, don't I? Cool. Let's go. And a Strong Energy. So I draw both those, I attach Strong Energy, I Kukui. That's 20, 40, 150, Kukui is 170. Let's go, boys. Could get rid of Brooklet Hill at this point. I don't need it anymore. And he might rid Delinquent, so yeah, let's get rid of that. Treats. Hey, Alfie. Claw/KO. Okay. What's up? I'm not opening my window. I'm on the second floor. Oh, I got Strong Energy anyway, but what can you do? It doesn't matter. Look. We can potentially kill a break next turn. I like to think we've put him in a bit of a difficult situation here. Okay, he's got Super Rod, that's fine. It's not Rescue Stretcher. That would have been marginally more worrying. Oh my god. Was that a top deck? Was he just holding the Super Rod or what? Good turn for my dude. This is probably going to be Starmie, right? I just only got one energy in the discard pile. He only needs one, though. I wonder if you can take an energy you discarded. No, you can't use an energy you discarded. Okay. Sort of an N. So he'll kill this Rockruff, I assume. Or he might just add his damage here. Or he has Choice Band. No, he doesn't. Ah, boys. We might do this. Play that there. I think I need to evolve this now. But I'm going to Kukui first. Good thing I played Kukui, eh? Any Sycamore in the discard pile? I do have one, okay. I'm going to Ultra Ball away Sensu. Yeah, I know, I need to get the Lycanroc in play now. There we go. See, where's my Hex Maniac? Claw/KO. Booyah. Every time I kill a break, I'm like, 2 prizes now. Come on, Hex Maniac. I'm actually not doing too badly here. I think I've played this fairly well. But again, if I had been able to save Dangerous Rogue, I would think I'd be in a better position. And then also, but Jirachi showed up, so what can you do? I'm not doing too badly. The Greninja matchup generally goes a lot worse than this, so I'm not doing too badly. I mean, we're going to die next turn, for sure, unless he just somehow whiffs energy with Starmie on the field. But yeah. See, what I would like to do this turn is just like promote Octillery Hex Pass. Is on in the min? He is. See, one thing I'm actually thinking of, and he can Shadow Stitching for the KO, annoyingly enough, and he can end. Yeah, okay, this is where it all goes tits up. Yeah, this is where it all goes bad. Sycamore, 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 Sycamore. Oh, it's not too bad, honestly. How many VS Seekers I got left? I got 2. Goes for Field Blower. That's like really. This is like, I hate playing against a Greninja, you know that. You get so close and it all just gets snatched away from you. Okay, he's got 4 prizes left. I have 1 Float Stone left, don't I? Yes. Do I promote Octillery and try and end him to a low hand? I still got Starmie in play. God, Starmie is so good. Because if I promote this, he kills it. And I'm not getting Lysandre this turn, so no. I think we have to go with Octillery strats. Anything I can Brooklet Hill for at all? No. Playing it thins out the deck, though. What we got left? I've got both the Seekers in deck. 1 Strong Energy left in deck. I'd love to attach an energy this turn that is not strong. That is like a DCE. That's the ideal attachment for this turn. But I think at this point I can't be picky. So, yeah. Like the odds of me hitting energy off the Zen aren't very good. So I have to attach this basic, I think. Okay. Just make sure he did declare Shadow Stitching, right? Yeah. just in case now. Just in case. We'll take my dude. And we'll pass. Well, we didn't do too badly, I don't think. And hey, you know, Hex, not bad for Hex being prized, honestly. Maybe I'll throw a town map in, eh? At least it looks like we forced him into a decision-making process. And by decision-making, he means which one of these cards do I get rid of with Starmie? So, yeah. Like, if I could, my next course of action would just be like Lysandre Starmie KO. Then, like, if I get a DCE on that next Lycanroc, I can Lysandre Starmie KO. And then basically just, like, hope he can't return KO me. And then I get another Lysandre and I win. And that's going to be my plan. No KOs that turn. I'm happy. Come along if you feel like happiness is the truth. 'Cause I'm happy. Ooh. But I also don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, so let's go. Yeah. Now I've got 2 Lycanrocs that I can potentially slap a DCE on. I just also need him to kill this Octillery for me. Which... Apologies about that, I should have muted my mic. I do have a cough right now. Okay, so I'll probably kill this one. Okay. Do I think he should have? No. Mostly because I think these are the threat, and that isn't. Not bad, you know, considering I end him. That's a pretty solid end hand right there. There's a second break. Expect the second Jai Washu. And Shadow Stitching. Yeah. Third Float Stone. Save me. I need third Float Stone Lysandre. It's looking very unlikely that we win this game, but, you know. What can you do, eh? And he does go after the strong energy one. At least there's still two things I can kill that don't have strong energy on them out here, so. Yeah. Could you not, like, you know, Moonlight Slash for the crack? Okay, one Rescue Stretcher. That's interesting. There's, like, literally nothing I can do with it, but, you know, the idea that I could. That's pretty fun. I may have to pass. He's on 2 prizes left, yeah? Yeah. It's going to have to be a pass. Oh, well. We just pray for... I don't even know what we need to top deck here. Like, the most godly card in the game. It needs to be like a Lysandre and an N combined. One thing I maybe... No, he would have won the game if I had gone shuffle in Rockruff, Brooklet Hill it. Remind me again why people don't play Starmie and Greninja. Yeah, my dudes won this, like, clearly. But we put up a good fight, I think. You know, if he just passes, he wins, right? Doesn't even need the Shadow Stitching. It's just for good measure. Yeah, there's nothing bar Hex that can save us now, and it's somewhere in there. Oh, hey, Third Float Stone. How you doing? Yeah, no. Okay, we'll just Claw Slash. Well played. We tried. And that's what I mean about it being a difficult matchup. It wasn't too bad for the first going there. Jirachi was very big for him. End me. So, you know, one of these days he's just gonna, like, you know, giant water shuriken me. There you go. There only one in. Oh, there was. Ah, well. Okay. Next game. I still earned points from that somehow. Good. I'll play one more with this. See how it goes. Please don't be against Greninja again. You know, it's leaving a lot of gaps for me to make my own entertainment here. Okay. Oh, don't. Well, there was no Jirachi this time. So, there's hope. I lost the coin flip again. No, this is fun. Why? I just want to record some videos, man. Oh, look, it's Greninja. Oh, who knew? By the Froakie coin and the soul water icon in the pre-game window. Yeah, at least I gave a good analysis, hey? Like... Are you playing Starmie? Is my Hex Maniac browsed again? Let's find out. I would like to draw a card. Oh, that's good. Oh, he's got the promo ones. Sick. I should have benched that Rockruff. But hey, he's not going to end me. It's Greninja. No one ever plays end on the first turn with Greninja. You just level ball for Froakie and pass. Or Star you. Yo, if I had Float Stone right now, I'd kill the Froakie. You want to dig for it? Oh, if I... Now, I can dig for Float Stone. DCE a Lele and try and kill a Froakie turn 1. And you know what? That's why you guys come to my channel, is to see crazy shit like that. We're going to Ultra Ball away 2 Lycanrocs. Yeah? Yeah, we're going to do this. Thank God Lele isn't prized. Anyway, I can guarantee this. I do not believe so. Okay, all 3 of them are there. All 3 of them are there. Now, I can grab Mallow. But there's no way for me to draw the cards then. So, I'm actually going to grab Kukui. Oh, there's Mallow's prized anyway. So, we're going to grab Kukui. And we're just going to bin him. DCE that. Brooklet Hill. Remoraid. That. Let's go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why, come on. Please. It would have been so cool. Like, come on. Oh, man. Ugh. Oh, well. Oh, well. I was going on and on about how the third Float Stone's great because you find it early game when you need to retreat and attack, and then you don't. And then you don't. I'm mad. I'm really steamed. I'm very, very steamed. Oh, look, a second Froakie. Oh, look, a Frogadier. Oh, this is fun. I went go big or go home, and I got told to go home. Oh, well. Let's see how many kills Lele can get. Hey, Mallow, I'll go. Oh, yeah, you can't. You're prized. Like, yo, I don't want to Sycamore away to Strong Energy. But, you know, at this point, look, screw this game. We're in too deep. I don't want to get rid of that. We're just in too deep. We just got to do it. We just got to do it now. No, I wouldn't. Abyssal Hand. Find me that Float Stone. From discarding to the deck. Go. Didn't really want to play that now because my Float Stone odds are less. Come on. What did it do? What did it do? What did it do? Sometimes you just know. Sometimes you just know. Hey. It's not frog. It's not frogs. He is running Tapu Koko. I love how I was mentioning in the video all the decks that I wanted to run. And I was like, no, nobody plays those decks though. And then I go online and like, oh, they're all playing those decks. And we go first. So, and we mulligan. Okay, so it's Garbodor. I don't know if it's Garbodor Espeon or if it's Garbodor Drampa, but Magma base leads me to believe that it's Drampa. I don't know why you'd run that in Espeon. Okay, that's another mulligan, and he knows exactly what I'm playing now. But at least we're even. At least we're even. He plays teammates, that's worth remembering. And he clearly plays Tapu Koko, which in this matchup, like I said, is going to be a little annoying. What a terrible hand. Now, he can confuse me turn 1. Yeah, no, we'll go start Remoraid. At least I got the turn 1 Hex. Like, it's not a bad hand now, but it will be a bad hand next turn. Oh, sick. 3 mulligans. Might not be a bad hand after all. Yay, okay. We get 2 extra cards. I may still Hex turn 1 depending on what those 2 extra cards are. We'll find out. God damn it, like, come on. Give me a break. I might get out another Remoraid, honestly. Is he going to kill this Remoraid turn 1? What's he got? No, he's not going to kill this Remoraid turn 1. He's not going to Lele Kukui. Or something like that. We're going to Brooklet Hill for Rockruff. DCE Rockruff. Hex and pass. And then evolve all 3 of these things next turn. Okay. That's another cool thing about Brooklet Hills. You get around that. Also, it's another playable card for me next turn. So, booyah. The Drampa version of this should be much easier. Oh, he does bench Lele. Oh. Also, that's really good for us. Now I can hit it. And we top deck Float Stone. Oh, gorgeous. 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 Let's get greedy. We're Remoraid number 2. I've played 0 items so far. That's pretty badass. Thank God I didn't click yes there. Oh, oh, lit. Look at this. Look at us go. Look at us go. Should I Hex again? I think I will. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, this is just gorgeous. What a terrible mistake, my friend. And we've played 0 items. Oh, we've played 1 VS Seeker. Ah, yeah, but still, though. Like, that's pretty great. Gorgeous. Is he gonna scoop? Okay, you know what? At least we ended on a humorous note. Strong energy it again. Almost dangerous rogue by accident there. Okay, well, you know what? We won a game, technically. I'm going to count that. So, yeah. Guys, that is Lycanroc. I think we're going to keep Kukui in the deck, because that kind of worked out pretty well. Yeah, that's the deck list. Like I said, there's a lot that could be changed if you wanted to. I think I went into pretty good detail on that. So, anyway, it's a pretty fun deck. I think it's better than a lot of people give it credit for. Is it the best use for Lycanroc? Maybe not. Is it a great deck in its own right with some incredible matchups? Hell yes, it is. Is 4 Bloodthirsty Eyes the greatest thing to play in anything ever? Absolutely. This has been Joe from Whipplecast, and thanks for watching. I will see you next time.